Hey folks, okay, we're going to do the video to 4-2. This one takes the stuff we learned in 4-1 and it applies it to things like finding the area and the perimeter. Some of these questions are quite lengthy. Just, you might have to watch this video a couple times. All right, let's take a look at the first example. There's only two this time. This is really only two different types of problems I could ask you. So this guy here. Find the perimeter of this given rectangle. And these two equations, or whatever you want to call them, they indicate the length of the sides. So I have to add those together, and that's what I'm going to do. All right. Don't get intimidated by this. Just write it out and kind of try to work it out. When we need to find a perimeter, I need to find up all four sides. So that means that I can go about this one of two ways. I can multiply this by 2 and multiply this by 2 and then add them together, or I could just string them all four sides. I'm going to string all four sides together just because, to be honest, in my opinion, that's a little bit, might be easier for some to imagine, but it's also a little bit harder to do. So I'm going to say 4 plus 3 square root 2 plus 4 plus 3 square root 2 plus 1 plus 2 square root 5 plus 1 plus 2 square root 5. Woo, 5, 5, 5. There we go. Okay. So those are my four sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. All I have to do is just combine like terms. Those are the same. These are the same. And those are the same. And that's what I'm going to do. Let me make these a little bit different so you guys can see it better. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, plus 1 again is 10. I'm going to cross these out. Okay, now these guys. These all don't add the same, right? Like we talked about in the last videos, they have to look the same. They have to have the same square root, or else they can't go together. Square root of 2 does not simplify. Square root of 5 does not simplify. So I can't do that. So I'm just going to combine these two. Remember, the square root kind of comes along for the ride, and then we add the two outside guys together. So this is plus 6 square root 2. Same goes for here. The square root comes along for the ride, and I add these two together. So plus 4 square root 5. Okay. And there it is. All right, next. All right. And also I want to mention before I go forward, these are all standardized test questions. These are questions you'll see on your EOC and stuff like that. Okay. All right. This one says find the area of the given triangle. Well, first I have to remember what the area of a triangle is. The area of a triangle is A equals 1/2 base times height. Here's the base, here's the height. So I basically have to multiply these together along with 1/2, and I'm going to do that. A equals 1/2 2x plus 4, 2x plus 4, x plus 5. Okay. Next, I have to make sure, there's an easy way for me to get rid of this 1/2. I could actually divide this by 1/2, this one number here. Let me demonstrate that real quick. If I just made up two sides, so example, let's just say this is an example. Okay, and I'm going to make up two random sides of a triangle. So I'm going to say 4 and 3, okay? If I said 1/2, 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. Times 1/2, and that gives me 6. Another way I could do this is I could say 1/2, 4 times 3, and I could divide this by half. So though you can't divide both of them just once. I could put like what I'm basically doing is multiplying the 1/2 and the 4 together first, then multiplying the 3. Here what I did is I did 4 times 3 first, and then 12, and then got the 6. But if I multiply these two together first, I'm going to get 2 times 3 and get 6. Okay? So you can kind of work this out that same exact way. Okay. So let's work this out. Now, I'm going to multiply this whole thing by 1/2. So I'm going to distribute this. Okay, basically is what I'm doing. And A equals x plus 2 and x plus 5. So 1/2 times 2 is 1. 1/2 times 4 is 2. Now I have to distribute again. So that's A equals x squared, then plus 5x plus 2x plus 10. Now I combine like terms here. I get A equals x squared plus 7x plus 10. Okie dokie. Okay, now, sometimes the answer could be left like this. It may ask you to factor it and say something like, what's a possible area of this? Those types of questions arise, and then you have to factor. And that's something we're going to hold up for another video. I think for now we want you guys to keep the answer like this. Alright guys, I hope you guys found this video helpful.